learning the difference between, high and low porosity. And so, there are some professionals out there that say we don't understand or misunderstand, and maybe we are. But all I know is that for me, I'm going to speak for myself now, knowing that information was a ginormous game changer. Welcome back, friends. It is Lauren the Soap Witch. And in this video, I am going to be showing some bits of me styling my hair and also discussing how I have retained my length so far. I don't have hip length hair or anything, but I have been asked before how I retain length or how I have grown my hair, which is really the same question. And so I took some bits actually from my last video since I went over it there, and then just kind of shortened it, made a little short and sweet, where I just go over kind of just, tips, suggestions, not really tricks. It's just overall good practices for hair. Also, when I talk about how I layer my products and things like that, that is definitely geared toward high porosity because I am high porosity. But just a note, it probably would be okay to do that if you were is it medium or normal porosity? Whichever one it is, you lucky people. But for low porosity, I would literally do the opposite. Lighter weight products, less layering. Okay, so anyway, with all that being said, I'm just gonna go ahead and dunk you in the video and see you on the other side. All of the products that I'm using are moisturizing or hydrating. The first ingredient of the conditioners, all of them is water, hence hydration. The gel is primarily aloe vera based, so hydration. Because in the aloe vera juice, a good portion of that is water. So lots of moisture. Very moisturizing. Oh, in the cream too. The what this is. The styling cream, that's it. Aloe vera juice. First ingredient is aloe vera juice. So lots of moisture here. Moving on to the top. So anyway, hydration is the key. Splitting this, moving on. Okay. Hydration is the key. I have found, and I'm not the only one that has found it, that keeping your hair, because people ask me, not all the time, but often enough, what did I do to grow my hair? The short and simple answer for my length retention is hydration. But then also, I don't really do a lot of styles that require a lot of manipulation. That's why I don't do twist outs and braid outs a whole lot anymore. I guess they're cool if you're gonna wear them for several weeks, because then, after you get them in, you're not really touching your hair. So in that way, a protective style. But wearing them in twists as opposed to twist outs, because I never really wore them in the twist. I always did twist outs. And for me, that gives me a lot of tangles and snags. I do a lot of detangling in the shower, and even with the raking and pressing that I'm doing here, even further kind of detangling. So I don't really have much tangles. When I'm mini tangles, I don't have a lot of tangles. By the time my hair is set and stuff and a wash and go. And I don't touch it again until it is time for a wash day or a refresh. I don't touch my hair. Okay, that's not true. I play in the curls a little bit because of the ADHD anti-focus struggle. The neurodivergence, man. And so, but I don't I'm not detangling, I'm not combing, I'm not doing anything to actually manipulate my hair. So I pick styles that I consider to be, for me, low manipulation. For other people, that might be different. I don't know. And I don't touch it until it's time to actually do something else with it, like a refresh or a wash. On top of all that, what gave me the biggest improvements to my hair was figuring out how to get moisture into it and keep it, and hold on to it. Because I can get moisture into it all day long, opposite of low porosity people. But getting it to stay was a whole nother story. Figuring out how to get my hair to retain moisture because it accepts it just fine. And with my son, it was the opposite, trying to get moisture into his hair. And so listening to my hair, figuring out when it was dry and how to get it to hold on to water which is what led me down the journey of where I run into learning the difference between, high and low porosity. And so, there are some professionals out there that say we don't understand or misunderstand, and maybe we are. But all I know is that for me, I'm going to speak for myself now, knowing that information was a ginormous game changer. And when I started layering my products, because I always kind of used heavy products anyway, because innately I just felt like my hair needed that. But then using heavier products and layering them was a big game changer. So I use and layer quite a few products that are all hydrating or will help me to retain a moisture. Anyway, so those are my things. The things that I've done the most is avoid a lot of manipulation. I don't touch my hair at all in between styles, whether that's a refresh or a wash day. I use lots of water. You may not need to use lots of water, but just make sure your hair feels hydrated when you're styling. Some people that could be damp hair. For me, that's soaking wet hair. So again, listening to your hair to know what's hydrating enough, and then using products that are hydrating. They have water or some kind of water-based something as the first ingredient or high up on the list, maybe first 3 ingredients. And so yeah, that's what I do. Hydrated hair is healthier hair. It's less likely to break or be brittle. So yeah, when I sleep at night, I used to only sleep with a satin pillowcase, which works fine actually. Like my hair grew nicely still with not tying it up in a scarf and only using a satin pillowcase. It's just that the styles wouldn't last as long because I sleep primarily on one side and then my hair looked like it. By like day 2 or 3, it looked like I mostly slept on that side. It would just be looking like kind of, you know. So that's the only reason I really started tying it up, just to see if I could get longevity out of my styles. But sleeping on, especially if you're just like wearing twists or something, and it probably won't affect, you probably could just get away with sleeping on a satin pillowcase, not having to tie it up unless you want to. Don't let me hold you back, okay? Not sleeping on cotton, anything. No cotton scarf, no cotton pillowcase. Your hair needs to be like satin silk, something like that. So that's what I do. That's what I have done. It's really easy. And I also recommend picking a regimen and sticking to it. I like weekly. You don't got to do weekly. Some people do every 2 weeks. I really don't recommend going longer than that unless you're getting your hair styled by like a professional or something. You need to at least moisturize your hair throughout the week, even if you're not washing it. Just misting it, especially if you have like a protective styling twist, something, I don't know, just misting it throughout the week. Or you can saturate it if you want, like I do. Like I saturate my hair in the shower in the middle of the week. Something to add moisture to your hair throughout the week. Your hair needs to stay moisturized regularly. If you sense your hair is getting dry, and you ideally know your own hair, what it looks like when it's moisturized versus when it's starting to get dry. When it's getting dry, you need to moisturize it. Spritz it, some kind of moisturizing spray, water, whatever works for you, at least once throughout the week. I only do once throughout the week because I wash every week too. But if you don't wash every week, then maybe a couple times a week. Your hair knows. You'll know. You'll see how your hair responds and take its lead because it knows. All right, so I like to add a little water on top. I say a little. I guess this is a little. I'm not saturating it. Just a little something. Okay, so that's how it's done. And it's looking pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this side, and then I'll come back and let you see the whole wet look. I am all finished. Okay, with both sides. So let's do a little spin 360. All right, so that's all I've got for this one. I hope it helped to answer any questions. I hope you learned or got something out of it, or you were at least entertained. If you found some value in it, please consider, Lord mouth, have mercy, you're gonna get me one way or the other. Please consider subscribing to my channel and clicking the notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads, and give this video a like because it does help out. All right, so with that being said, I'm gonna see you in the next one, and thank you so much for watching.